G'day fellow wowers, this is Poopa, P-O-O-P-H-A from Southang, or Warnox from Southang. Look, the pre-patch resembles the Lich King experience, so you're in for a treat as a new or a recent player. For this reason, and to avoid missing out on some elements of this expansion like I did with Lich King back in 2008, I made a few pointers which are aimed at helping you to enjoy this experience thoroughly. And these are my opinions only. Remember, these are things that we're allowed to have. First of all, I want to talk about player entitlement versus it is what it is. Every word in every quest log and every string on the violin in the taverns has been crafted with effort by Blizzard. I'm paying for that. You're paying for that. I no longer complain unless I'm so butthurt by something in game that I send feedback to the devs, but the placement of caves, the forests and the land are all hand done. The lore is written and orchestras produce your ambience and soundtracks. So I turn my entitlement of a better WoW, that I should have a better WoW and things should drop more often and these things shouldn't be freezing us in place over the top of Duskwood as much as they are right now. And I turned it around and recognised there's much to enjoy with what we have got in WoW today. I enjoy the storyline and the lore. You have the opportunity to create a new memory worth sharing when you are going to tell the next generation in 15 years about WoW and say things like, back in my day. Next thing is your memory of WoW when it first started with you, when you started playing, versus the reality of what your memory is. If you're anything like me, you might understand the ego being hurt when you realise Activision Blizzard has made WoW more for the casual player today, rendering your old skills as a tank or uber DPS or exceptional server-renowned healer among your peers just a memory. Being surrounded by players and chasing transmogs and asking what's next when they hit 50 or soon to be 60 on 16 different toons across 2 different factions has made me chase other pastures because that's not my thing. So your memory and reality are going to be 2 different things. The brain versus WoW. Well, much like your first epic drop, a 2v2 win, the serotonin and dopamine levels of the past begin diminishing in returns the longer you play. What that basically means is that it seems like you're taking more of a drug but still getting less effect by it. The impending threats of bosses and the quests placed your mind on alert, and returning to real life can sometimes feel pretty bland. You may have found yourself feeling anguish when you log off or on some idle Tuesday wonder why you're feeling a bit down. That's normal. I've experienced it. It also means you're likely addicted to the game, or those feel-good drugs it gives you, the effort and the reward you get from the effort in the game. I found I was running around recently wanting to experience WoW again for the first time, like Classic, to feel what I remember feeling. Remember that WoW was an innovative and the scale of game was at one point completely a one-off. There's enjoyment in the presence of this game and the community when you find people at your own level and on your own vibe. Those genuinely new experiences won't happen again, but don't let yourself miss out on new ones for the first time today with this pre-patch by racing through the game for the sake of beating the guy questing alongside you. Community. The current community we have is a hybrid between veteran players from vanilla BC and I would even say end of Lich King to the ones who have joined this casual version of WoW on a cross-server play. Find your own people and play with them instead of being frustrated at the 14-year-old who stands on a quest giver or leaves mid-boss fight to go and sleep. The new Warcraft, and this will sum it up. The game has created a platform that encourages casual play. Why? Because the majority of people who play WoW today are not hardcore raiders. The subscriptions would arguably drop if Blizzard made this like vanilla or BC today. You can still find hardcore raiding guilds like Method on retail, and you can play that way if you subscribe to them. But in the interest of annual Blizzard stocks, the everyday achievements and raids in LFR are at participation award level of difficulty. If you're swinging your axe, firing your weapon or whatever at an NPC and it's dying quickly, just pre-expansion, just understand you are not OP and know the others don't hear or see your extra loud special effects. It's just in your screen. This is normal pre-expansion stuff and everything is buffed. And it's also scaled moderately to your level. They're also in the same boat with the same external ego-stroking searches as you are. You're experiencing. It's not your fault. The game's created enjoyable and nanny-state mediocrity among us all. Sitting on your new mount outside pretending to be AFK, hoping for a comment will result in an Alt 4 by you and probably the guy next to you who's seeking the same thing. You want to stand out? Go and join a Plus Mythic team or a guild that raids 3 nights religiously and progresses every week. So to sum it up, I consider myself a retired raider, Probably too old and definitely too slow for top-end rating guilds like Method or even vanilla 5-night rating rosters. No thanks. I enjoy the game now to unwind, feel some sense of accomplishment in this fake but fulfilling world, because I have little of that in real life right now. I am a Peter Pan. I read the lore and the quests, and I crank the ambience up. Enjoy this expansion, make some new memories. Have fun.